Aries, how you getting on, guys? Okay, so you are last for the March, and then I am done. So this is going to be for March, okay, and then I can get on with the projects that I want to do, which is going to be called Run Like Hell, okay. So the rest of this spread is going to be for March, but the rest of it for the clarifying section is going to be over on Vimeo. For a lot of you probably already know, if you've just subscribed, there will be a link in the description, and it should just be listed weeklies to bi-weeklies or something like that, and everything will all be in the same page throughout, hopefully March. So if you use the buy all option, that will give you access to everything, or you can buy individual readings, and they're really not that expensive. I think that that's a good fair deal, to be honest, but that's an option there if you want to see the rest of the readings. So we've got Aries for March, so 9 of Swords. So, well, I mean, this is fearing abandonment. This is a 9, so it's a cry for help mentally. It doesn't mean that people are mental, it just means that people are, this can either be you or them. If it's to do with children, it could be to do with fearing dark, but this is like fearing abandonment, you know. All the swords are points of growth of the mind. It's just like inner conflict within the mind. You know, this is probably because someone's speaking harshly to you, or that they're not speaking at all, and that things are silent and you're left in the dark, and that is why the mind creates static, because people don't seem to realise that the most important card in this deck is the 8 of Wands, which is actually communication. If we don't have communication skills, and you have what, well, people look for soulmates or love, this is what most of the channel, or even work, you know, if people don't communicate or at all or correctly, this is kind of what happens, you know. It could be, it's kind of what I'm picking up, Aries. Or you could just be worried about work or family, or this can be someone else, you know. Aries, Venus. But normally through metaphysical and physical connections of what I've kind of also done on my channel, that is what happens also, because people are not dealing with their karma in the correct manner. So you've got waiting. Someone's defensive, someone's not speaking. You've got the King of Cups, so it could be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I'm picking up more Scorpio. Could be Pisces, could be an air sign that's not speaking. You know, that's 2 9s. That's 2 9s. And that is silent intuition. That's Pisces or Virgo, or generally in a low vibration. This is also someone that's not using their intuition. That can also be like intuitive or to do with tarot and stuff like that. This can either be a psychic that is very good at communicating, but this kind of means silent. It means like I'm holding everything in and I'm not expressing my feelings. I have a connection, but I'm not expressing it. So if that is the other person, this is you that feels that way. Or them. Because of waiting for communication that's silent. It's silent. Something from the past had more or less ended, but somebody went back, pretty much, I would say, because it hasn't reached to 10 as yet. You've got 2 9s. You've got individual waiting for things to clear up. Someone must be thinking that they're probably Noah's Ark, waiting for all the animals to. This is also a 9. Sorry, you've got 3 9s. Sorry, 3 9s. 3 9s. That's a cry for help that happens emotionally within your emotions of your head. Okay. This is what happens because of past actions and being ghosted maybe, and people not dealing with their conflict. This can be like trauma, traumatic trauma, PTSD, feeling defensive, also contemplating on whether to give things one more go, waiting for one more go at it, but it's silent and no one's speaking. This is a cry for help for financial support, or someone is on the other end of the scale receiving. We all have karma. There's always dark and light. There's always 2 ends of a tail and 2 ends of a yarn, 2 ends of a piece of string, okay? So relating to karma If people suppress and don't talk and don't deal, then but you do, okay, you receive. They receive the opposite and you receive the other. Dark and light, negative, positive. Even within your body, a negative and a positive, okay, fluctuates through your body. Your heart doesn't resonate right in the center of your body, okay. You've got 4 lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, which is my card of like also narcissism, control. This is very deep, hidden emotions, very deep, okay. So it relates to water signs, but some of the times it can relate to Scorpio, okay. Very uncontrollable emotions, which sometimes can last to narcissism. This is also parts of narcissism, because of this is not love. This is defensive and offensive and defensive and waiting and not speaking. Okay, so you've got that uncontrollable emotion of what can relate to narcissism. One water sign in the middle, another water sign here, another water sign there. Stability, unstable, no emotions, too much emotion. Too much emotion. Too much emotion is causing conflict with someone because of something of the past that they tried again. There is something rising on Venus. There is something rising on Venus. Yeah, it could have something to do with a marriage or a long-term commitment. It could have something to do with Taurus. You've got Taurus, Pisces, Virgo maybe, could be any sign. Water signs, fire signs, earth signs, but Taurus and Pisces, really. Because this is dark and light, you see, dark and light. The pillars of ascension also can relate to Cancer, maybe, you know, but this is like yin and yang. This is of yourself. This is also of everybody, okay? This is how we become intuitive. So someone's probably using their intuition through it and someone's not. Can be that someone else is in a long-term commitment or been in one. This can also mean karmic contracts, can mean paperwork, written law. You know, be careful through March, because we are going into retrograde. Okay, so everybody just, you know, always anyway, if you're dealing with paperwork or anything, just calm down, you know. If you're dealing with, if you're a channeler, and you are a psychic and you do tarot cards, temper your energy. Temper your energy. Don't let people wind you up. Don't let people make you feel offensive and defensive. You can't hate the universe for other people being stupid or other people being the way they are. That's just the way they are. You can't change them, and you can't change someone's conditioning, of what I do through other parts of Vimeo and on this channel. You can't crack the conditioning of someone's conditioning, because that's their condition of their belief. You can't break a belief system as well. You can't break a marriage up because they're married, if that's a marriage. Or if it's a karmic contract, you can't break someone else's karmic contract, because they have to play it out to realise that if they're up like this, well then you're not Batman or Superman, you know. And they're not, but they'll learn valuable lessons about that. Because nothing happens through if we're all the same and everything. Life is just full of gummy bears and gumdrops. Life is very painful and very difficult, and it can be. Or it can be very easy flowing, okay? If it's very difficult, then people are fighting. You don't need to fight life. Why would you fight life when you're here? You know, a lot of people don't seem to appreciate the fact that you're actually fucking breathing. You know, people forget and think, oh, actually, thank God I woke up this morning and that I'm actually breathing. People are more concerned about other people than what they are themselves, the fact that you're alive. Sorry, I'm just picking up aggression through the cards, I think. Aries, it's not you, it's just... This is PTSD and stress and trauma and waiting and not speaking. Not speaking about a marriage or a commitment that someone... Wow, you've got control. Whoa, you've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So you've got counterparts. That doesn't mean that this is my destined future partner altogether. You know, trust me, I've been through many connections in my life to know that when these turn up in, it doesn't mean that's destined to be. Everybody has free will. Doesn't matter what ship you're in, you know. Doesn't matter what situation you're in life. You can always decide to jump overboard if you're in a ship. It doesn't matter whether it sails all right or not, you know. But you've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. It could have something to do with people, water signs, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, air signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, more Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You've got the Emperor. Here can be a guide. This is someone that also does service. Okay. Here, service. Now this can be like tarot card reading, psychic medium, CEO, people that own their own companies. They deal with their own, they basically run their own clock. You know, this is why they can feel tired and exhausted, because they run their own clock. They do their own thing. They use their psychic ability. They're very strong and independent at doing it. But you have the Hierophant and the Emperor. That can also be control, like a lot of structure, like can to do with war or like past life war of family. But you've got your own sign, Aries. So here can also be someone that's very independent, very psychic, intuitive. Can also fly off the handle a little bit, but can be very structured in a certain way. This is the clock that I run, this is what I do, and that's that, you know. I'm okay with the way I run things, and that is the way I run it, you know. You've also got Taurus, which is commitment, which relates to the 7th house of partnership. But you've got two major arcanas. You've got people all over the place. Truth. The truth about a Pisces. Or this is communication that's needed. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus for March. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus for March. Sorry, I'm just picking up a lot of aggression. Got the Two of Cups showing up. Metaphysical connections. Psychic metaphysical connections. Oh, they keep trying to come out. Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Two of Cups, there it is. Doesn't lie. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. Metaphysical. This is more of a metaphysical connection that someone's got with someone. Then you've got checks and balances, checking where you are. Pisces, the Hangman, overall energy. A guide, 100%. You've got the Magician as well. So that's every sign. So a Pisces is definitely involved in this, or it's just delayed. Delayed. You've got the metaphysical connection that someone that ghosted somebody. Someone could have Taurus in their chart somewhere, but this is more of a metaphysical connection. The Two of Cups. This is like karmic, but not karmic. You know, Six of Cups means karma because it means past life, past. You've had a long past with someone. The return of the past. Okay, past life. It means the sixth ascension of past life. Someone that you had a very bad experience with. Karmically, that's why you fight and battle and feel this way sometimes, you know, because you're fighting over the past of where the 6 and the 2 can start to conflict one another, because people are still connected karmically to that karmic past. So they destroy, search and destroy the new because it's not yet been felt. This is also someone that you can meet once karma's dealt, okay? But I don't believe in the perfect match, I believe in the spark that created it. Source, you would have had to have some kind of intervenance with someone of a spark of interest for that to be put together. Divine source. It's put together by someone else, and then all of a sudden when someone doesn't speak and they deny and they run, chaser and the runner, it leaves one party of feminine or masculine thinking, well, what the fuck are you blaming me for? I didn't put this together. Source did. But now I can't say anything. Metaphysical. Depends how spiritual you are. We have metaphysical connections, and then you have physical connections of a 6 of where it's the past, where you've been in one of these ships of Noah's Ark, okay? Of control, can be. Depends on what's clarified. But you've got a lot of water, a lot of structure. You can have a lot of, I mean, this won't connect to literally everybody, okay? Because there are billions and millions of souls all over the place, okay? And loads of people that watch this channel and others too, okay? This can mean narcissism, or it can just mean, like I said, someone running their own clock, and that they're very structured in what it is that they believe, and that's the best thing that they do for themselves, okay? An internal emperor, okay? They know the best forward movement for everybody because they're a guide, you know, also a guide. CEO, both, okay? They run their own businesses, they run their own finances, they do their own thing, okay? They invest and they invest. They do things like tarot or day-to-day jobs, or they do many different jobs, and they just invest into the same thing and then other things, and they reinvest, they take their money and they put it into others also, into different avenues, because it's just a constant 7. Okay, it's alignment of 7 chakras of 7, everybody's 7, okay? Just so happens that I have a life path number 7, but 7 basically means you're in alignment with you, here, you, guide, 7. Also, guide. This is also a guide, but someone that was ghosted from the past. This is like, all right, Sid, where are you? Where you gone? You know, where are you? Well, 1 minute you were there, and the next minute I can't see you. Karmically. So you had an intervenance with someone that's now not there, basically. So it's left someone defensive. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Vimeo. I'm going to clarify some of this mess and see what I can actually make of it. Okay, guys, it's really not very expensive to see the rest of the reading. My opinion, and it's up to you, would be to buy the buy all option, because then you'll have access to everything that I'm going to do through March, which is different spreads. Okay, and one of it's going to be called Run Like Hell. We're going to explore emotions and feelings, all that kind of stuff. That is just an option if you want to do that, but that'll give you access to everything if you want it. Okay, guys. But the link is in the description. If so, I'll see you on the flip side.